we're just getting into people really putting focus on culture and those type of things, but it already feels faddish. You know, it already kind of feels like, you know, that, oh God, culture, here we go. Everybody's talking about it, that type of thing. Do you think that hurts people's willingness or ability to really dig into it? Do you feel like, what do you feel like that means?
I think we see a lot of inauthentic culture. Like somebody says, Vaney, your company needs a culture.
Yeah.
So then you go out and hire a culture consultant and, oh, we hired Vaney to be our culture consultant and now we've got a culture. Here are our mission, vision, values, and all of the stuff that we care about as a company. But like, unless there's buy-in, unless there's employee engagement in that process, and it's something that the whole organization, top to bottom, comes around, it just comes across as fake, and then people just roll their eyes at it. Culture has to be something where everybody cares about it. This is who we are as an organization, and this is the direction we're going.
Yeah, and it's that top down, bottom up, and organic, but also outside. Yeah. You know, it comes together, but in the end, has to reach that organic kind of root stage. And all leadership has to do is like show some of the like purpose and some of the where the movement's going, but then give the keys and give the autonomy so those people underneath, so they know like they're part of it too. Their steps moving forward are steps that are being, you know, correlated with all the rest of the organization.
We run into that a lot where we go into businesses. A lot of them want to cut a check and they say, fix them. You know what I mean? Fix them, get them situated, and then I'll be back in a couple weeks, and then they'll do what I tell them to do again or whatever, you know?
And you're like, rewind.
It doesn't work. Like, everybody has to be in the boat. Everybody has to be involved. Everybody has to be bought in. Everybody has to be willing to participate, or it just doesn't work. And it's not just about putting up a couple posters and we talk about the pool table and the beer Fridays and that type of thing. But there has to be more than that. To the point we were talking about earlier, we tell a lot of businesses, or we ask them, you know, what are you doing for culture? And they're more than happy to tell us that they have a culture committee and we're doing this type of thing. But to the point that you were making, Audra, they don't have a sales committee. They have a sales department. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have an accounting committee. They have accountants, right? The other things are fixed. They're part of the business. They're locked into the business, where culture is this nice to have. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it'll be cool once we get to it. And if you cancel that meeting, it's not a big deal. If you cancel the sales meeting, that's a problem. So there's a lot of inconsistency in terms of how people are really buying into it. And it doesn't seem like that everybody is fully engaged. Like you said, inauthentic culture, I think, is one of the bigger issues that we have. What do you think we do about that?
Well, something that I thought of is that culture, whether you invest in it or not, it's going to create itself.
Right.
And it's going to happen on its own.
Right.
So either you can pay for it then, or you can pay for it on the front end and lead it and prepare for it. Right. But it's going to happen. I mean, we're people. We're going to have certain ways we're going to react, and a big thing too, like what you guys were saying with, you know, just the unemployment rate. Yes, you can hire, you know, anybody, or you can if you're an employee looking for a job, you can get a job kind of anywhere. But the significant fact is, are you going to stay for a number? Are you going to get fulfilled in that position? And is that company going to get fulfillment from you being there? I mean, or else are you just going to be job hopping and unhappy where you go? So I think it really starts with leadership and transformational leadership from there, because it's going to happen one way or the other. Yeah.
When we talk about that, like you said, we always say culture will emerge whether intended or not, but if it's not one that you invest in, it'll be one that you pay for. And, you know, when we go in and we ask, you know, people what they want from a culture, there's usually 20 some things they come up with, and pay is almost never on there. Now, does pay matter? Of course. People want to be compensated appropriately for what they do. But it's so interesting because value becomes important. We started to go away from really talking about pay for people and more about value for people. Because, you know, in order for a business to work, in order for a business to be profitable, the person that you're paying has to make more than what you're paying them. Right? If all they produce is what you pay them for, then there's no profit to be made there. So how do you justify that? And we believe that it's with value, the environment and how they feel, and then the overall compensation. What do you guys think about that piece of it?
I think happy employees are more productive. People that feel like they're working towards a mission are more productive. If they care about the work they do, they're more productive. I mean, if you have to be doing work that matters and work that your employees care about, and culture is a big part of that.
Right.
It's simple. Like, if they feel cared about and important, they'll put care and importance into their work. It's just, but it has to be raw and organic and genuine.
We should put that on a poster, though.
We can try. Yeah.
Try. We can put it on a poster. That's a good poster. No, that'll work.